Up in the booth with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and kickoff straight ahead, CD. What's one thing that you're going to have your eye on?
I think about what the great coaches of the past always said. The key to any ball game. Can you rush theirs and protect yours? Well, in this case, both of these teams get after the quarterbacks. I'm watching the pass rush.
Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. Fielded about a yard deep. Spins away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
A first carry for the Hall of Famer, Barry Sanders. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle. Vick on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
On the ground, this is Williams. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now it's a Broncos Super Bowl legend. Here's Terrell Davis. And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Barry Sanders, 35 yards. And the Dolphins are going to take a 1st quarter lead. A nice run by him, don't get me wrong, but the blocking up front was a thing of beauty.
I think for an opening drive, how about that for an exclamation point? Just what you said. Good blocking, good vision, and he accelerated to the end zone.
This will be taken very short. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. This is caught inside the 15. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. It's a big play there for the Broncos. And even 60 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
When that works, your offensive coordinator looks like a genius. When it doesn't, it leaves folks saying, what are you doing? Down here, I'd rather have my tailback running off tackle than something off the radar like this.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it third and goal.
And, Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. McManus's point after is good, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
On first down, Wentz. Being chased out left. The 20. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A very solid gain of 27.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Forced it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. DeMarcus Ware. Coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Saquon Barkley taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Broncos are in for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is taken near the 13. And he's got some space here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
Hey, let's go.
A first down carry for Davis. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. Now here's Vic. And he's going to get this inside the 30. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this.
Hey, 52.
Vic with a give to Sanders. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Safety Brian Dawkins earns the tackle for loss.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Hey, 90. Hey, 20.
2nd down, Vic. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Barry Sanders with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken short. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Play action. Now Wentz. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
So here's Vic following the interception. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. The final shot before half for Wentz. And going deep for Hill. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Wentz now on first down. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it a second down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
81.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Flushed out right. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a fourth down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They do go for it. It's Wentz. And going deep for Hill. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now Wentz steps away to his left, and he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. The Broncos on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Lion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Welcome back now to Denver. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll run for it with Barkley, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Broncos have broken the tie. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. This will be taken very short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Base 52.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A give running left. It's Sanders. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
190. 190. Eagle.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Hey, let's go.
They run it again with Williams. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Vick on the sneak, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
They come out here in the eye. Vick on the sneak. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. 3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. Vick on the sneak, and he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Michael Vick with 6 seconds remaining. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult.
I 20.
They're going to try and run for it. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. So now with little time remaining, they'll have this and maybe one more play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And, partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's McNabb. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Geno Atkins busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Now McNabb. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. From the gun, here's McNabb. Buying time to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays past the 30 down to about the 27. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. To throw on 2nd, McNabb throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And Hill with it over the middle. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. The 5-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
When you think about big-time middle linebackers, you do think about the strength and the force that they play with, as we just saw there from Brian Urlacher. But what an athlete. Remember, he was a safety in college at the University of New Mexico.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Brian Urlacher, tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
McNabb escaping the pressure right. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. And McManus able to put it through. And the opening drive of the game yields 3. So a nice drive on the road. You come in, you take the ball down, you get 3 points.
Yeah, points are a must on an opening drive, right? So they moved it down efficiently, got it done. I think that bodes well for their chances moving forward in this one.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. They go play action here on first down. And incomplete to open things up.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Come on now. Come on now.
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Goal. 82.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz dancing to his left. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And that last penalty makes this 3rd down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
The way this game is going, the way that they possess the ball on the other side of the field, you go 3 and out here, you might not see the ball again until the 2nd quarter.
Now a play fake. Wentz. Flush to his right. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And now he'll tuck it and run. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
Great 15. Great 15. 52. Great. What's up?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down.
Great 15.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Being chased out left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Brandon Graham able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
Go.
Wentz going to throw, and this is going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Lawrence Taylor in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. The Madden Elite's offense coming back on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's to the 10, and they'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Saquon Barkley, a 21-yard touchdown run, and the Broncos are in for 6. Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Madden Elite's heading back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
This is taken at the 18. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. So 1:55 to go in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Once again here on 2nd and 10. Man open left side is Brown. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. The Madden Elite's offense trotting out again. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now a first down throw. McNabb. They'll set up the screen to Elliott.
Whoosh.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And he will score. It's a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 70 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Wentz. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here we go on 4th down with Wentz. He's going deep for Brown. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was a safety, Kevin Byard, that time, who was able to knock it away.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Out of the gun, McNabb. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. A final shot before half for Wentz. Steps away to his left. He's got a man, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. sure, you've got to go over some of the errors.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your... Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the dip, and this results in 6. Touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Madden Elites, they extend their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Buying time to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
82, 82.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 39. A huge play there for Denver. And even 40 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Come on.
On 1st down, Wentz. Dancing to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Brandon Graham in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. To throw, it's Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And the pressure gets to him again. Lawrence Taylor in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness that defensive line is eating them alive.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Lawrence Taylor able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Run. Great.
They do go for it. It's Wentz. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. 30 yards. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st down, it's McNabb. Escaping the pressure right. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They go play action. It's McNabb. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Now it's McNabb being chased out left. He may try and run for this. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, McNabb. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. To throw on second, McNabb. Flush to his right. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field. It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Welcome back now to Denver as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And McManus able to put it through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But they still ate up time, got points. So that's not mission accomplished. It's darn close.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And Denver getting set to take the field. Wentz now on 1st down. Flushed out right. He's going deep for Brown. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. He finds an opening past the 40. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Now Wentz. Wide open receiver complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That goes for a gain of 31. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center. You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off? Not yet. Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times. Here's Wentz to throw, eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. John Randall in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
81.
Working from the gun, Wentz. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Great 15.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Casey. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Gun. Here's McNabb. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by LT, the Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor.
Well, partner, that was not a good omen right there. The very first play from scrimmage, you just want to give yourself a nice, simple throw and hopefully get yourself into a rhythm. That is the last thing you're expecting. And now you put your defense in a tough spot right from the word go.
Escaping the pressure right to Barkley on the check down. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Trey 15.
Now a play fake. Wentz forced out to his left. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Ray Lewis, he's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
81. Trade 15. Trade 15.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And he's going to go down again. Von Miller not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And New York set to take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
23 yards on the play.
Look, we came into this one focused on Randy Moss, and now he has our full attention with his first grab of the game.
Well, he's one of only 2 players to go a whole season averaging over 100 yards receiving and average a touchdown per game as well. That's a pretty impressive stat.
It really is, especially when you consider that every defense he faced was prepared for him and was kicking coverages in his direction.
And a juke this time. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. To throw, McNabb. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Broncos will take over on downs. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Von Miller in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Trade 15. Trade 15.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
82. Black. Come on. 81.
Wentz now on 1st down. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. From the gun, it's Wentz. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Throwing on first is Wentz. Got a man right side. It's Sharp. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now a first down throw. McNabb. He'll get this one off to Sanders. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And spins away. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. They'll hand it off now. Williams trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Second down, McNabb. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Ohio!
McNabb to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. Officially a minute 54 to go in this first half. We're back to East Rutherford. But first, this timeout.
Shorty.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. That one complete to Hill. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Lion.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 6 there on first.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Shotgun now for Wentz. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6.
Liz. 82, 82. Lion. What's up?
Wentz to throw again. Flush to his right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Ohio!
On 1st and 10, McNabb. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Come on. Red 5-7.
A final shot before half for Wentz. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. The dangerous Hill now to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before?
And I think the ball's out, and the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Left side here to Sanders. Touchdown, Giants. Barry Sanders, 41 yards. And the Giants take advantage of the turnover to put up 6. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Ryan Shazier in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Wentz. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison. In there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Back near the goal line, here's Wentz. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They do go for it. It's Wentz. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good. So they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw on 2nd, McNabb. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And it's a fumble. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Wentz. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Von Miller getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Working from the gun, Wentz. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Bruce Smith in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Go, go. 82, 82.
They're going to try and throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Back now here at MetLife Stadium.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! 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 Hot! Come on. Motion! Hot!
On first down, it's McMahon. On the crossing route, complete. It's Moss. That one goes for 24 yards.
But how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies.
Here we go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Hot!
On the toss, here's Williams. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Now it's McMahon. And Walker with it over the middle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll run it with Williams. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Ricky Williams, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Gold now out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, he's got a little daylight. There he goes left side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Tyreek Hill taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. McManus's point after is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And New York set to take the field. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Williams loses the football. time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round! Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Rush it! Rush it!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Again, it's Williams. They find some open field here. 20! 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Williams. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe. And now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Williams. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Here we go! What? 90! What? 90!
He's going to get it running right. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave them with a long 4th and goal. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And Gold is able to put it through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, they've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Wentz to throw. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterback.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Von Miller. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Giants are close to finishing off this football game.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
That one looks like he'll throw here. That's going to be caught. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Randy Moss, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Giants add on to their lead. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams